Who better to ask than our very own Jeff Shreve, a man who knows English football like the back of his hand. Jeff, talk to me, man.
Drogba-esque. I think he's got a long way to go before that.
You want to guess who made that reference?
No, it was obviously used in irony, Jeff. I mean, just because from the very get-go of the season, they were saying about Nico Jackson, he had these movements that you could see similarities in him and Drogba, and it has panned out to show that it's been very, very a big gap.
He's got the movement. He just doesn't have the end product.
Yeah, but in fairness, he has got something. And Brian, you're quite right. A number of people have picked up on that. And in fact, Didier Drogba himself reached out to him. He sent him a message on social media. The gist of it was, just keep going and it will come. You've got the ability type thing. So no question, he's got some talent. And as a goal scorer yourself, you know, once the goals start to come, then they will flow. But boy, oh boy, that game last night. Talk about a difference in feeling between the two managers after the game. I mean, Mauricio Pochettino said, this is the happiest I've been all season after a game. Whereas Ange Postecoglou, I mean, he was raging. He was fierce on the touchline in the first half. And he said afterwards, we weren't good enough. We didn't play well. We've lost our belief. We're low on confidence. And we've been in a grind for some time now. So real different, you know, if you like. It's not just as well the fact it was so bad for so bad for Tottenham, so good for Chelsea last night, but also look at the table positions as well. That's really, I mean, Tottenham, they're just about clinging on to Aston Villa's coattails, but I think Villa now 6 points from 9. That's them, Champions League, first time ever, amazing. So that's slipping away from Tottenham and Chelsea. They are creeping up on Newcastle United and Manchester United. So big result last night.
Jeff, I know the talk in England right now is about set-piece coaches, and Ange Postecoglou said he doesn't feel like he needs one. He'll just assign it to an assistant or do it himself. Seeing how bad they have been at set pieces and seeing how set pieces are now enough of a margin to potentially net out a big, extra win of money at the end of the season if you go up one or two few spots or potentially getting into Champions League or Europa or Conference. Do you think now we're in the era of set-piece coaches? Do you think we're in the era of specialty coaches in the Premier League?
Well, Ange doesn't, does he, Alexis? he actually gets frustrated with this question, but he says, if you study my career, this is something I've never made a priority. It's not that he isn't interested. He doesn't make it a priority. It's not the way he thinks. But I think maybe I think you are right. Time has moved forward, and most coaches now, not only do they study them, of course they look at them at Tottenham, of course they work on them as well. The coaches at Tottenham will have done that, but they are such a valuable weapon. A question for you about last night. It was widely reported that Chelsea conceded from 2 set pieces. Okay, the first, a header. The second one, though, I'm struggling to call that a set piece. Cole Palmer smashes one off of the bar and Jackson gets a rebound. Is that a set piece?
They worked on it in training. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Look, great reactions here, although Son and Højbjerg having a little dance didn't help things either, did it? But that's not a set piece for me. Had he gone straight in, fine. But he's probably frustrated the fouls that led to those 2 free kicks taking place in the first time. But as I said, bad night for Tottenham. And they've got to go to Liverpool next as well. And then they've really got to get themselves going. And it was such a promising season. Do you remember the early stages? They were top of the table. Everyone was talking about Ange Ball, breath of fresh air. This is fantastic. This is the sort of football that Tottenham fans want to see. Not looking like that now, is it? The air is badly going out of the balloon. That's 2 wins in 7, and it's ending with a whimper.
Jeff, you touched on, everything's tightening up for that European or, Europa League or conference. And also at the other end of the table. So this weekend, what are you looking for? What games are intriguing to you and why?
I'm going to Luton. I'm going tonight. They've got to get something. I'm going to be interested in this tonight because Luton desperately needs something from this. But Everton are safe now. Now, I don't know, Brian, if you've ever played against a team who've been battling relegation and are then safe. Now, it can go one of two ways. They can play with abandonment, they can play with freedom, and they can play without pressure, or they can just not be interested because they've done their job and mentally they've clocked off. So that's a big game in itself.
Yeah, and whether or not Dyche changes, right? So now he needs to know who he wants for next year, and maybe he gives some opportunity to players that haven't been playing.
Well, there's so much uncertainty around Everton. Who's going to own the club? Who's going to manage the club? Who is going to be on the squad for next season? The question, I mean, there's so much work to be done surrounding Everton right now. So, again, that might have an impact on the performance tonight. But, you know, it seems since Sean Dyche switched out of a suit and into a tracksuit, hey, who would know? What you wear affects how your team plays.
Look good, feel good, do good, or whatever the saying
Exactly,
is.
Christine. Exactly. That's why you're the sharpest one amongst those three.
You know it, Jeff. Thank
That's
you.
not
Tell me
hard,
more.
okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't even need saying.
I could wear a tux and I
obvious.
still wouldn't win that competition.
You're so complimentary, Jeff. I'm hoping that you feel the same about my beloved Arsenal tomorrow morning against Bournemouth. I know they're sitting a hair above City in the table right now, and the pressure is mounting. Do you think that this will be a atypical stumbling block for Arsenal at this point?
Well, Bournemouth, you would expect them to get past Bournemouth, but Bournemouth are having their best ever season in the Premier League. Record points, record goals. They're doing absolutely superbly right now. So it won't be a walkover by any stretch of the imagination. And they have caused Arsenal problems before. So I would expect Arsenal, the fact that it's at the Emirates, you would expect Arsenal to come out on top. But it's also got the hallmarks. You think about it, Christine, after a massive North London derby, it's what is Arsenal's mentality? You know, and they can ill afford to look at this and think, okay, it's Bournemouth, and we've got to save ourselves. It's Manchester United away the next game. All these games are huge in the Premier League, and there are banana skins left, right, and centre. So I think they'll be focused. I think they will want to keep the pressure on Manchester City. Don't forget, City play tomorrow night, just a few hours later, when they take on Wolves at home. I think even before the game, they will expect Manchester City to win. So they know they've got to do their job to take this. Arsenal will want to take this to the last day of the season. And they'll be hoping, I would have thought, they won't say it publicly, but their hope that Tottenham, previously their hope was Tottenham could take something off at Manchester City, which would allow them to sneak in right at the line and grab the title. But Tottenham's form right now, that's not giving them a lot of hope, is it?
Wouldn't it be the most Tottenham thing to do, though, is to find that form just in time to beat the team that Arsenal need to lose in order for them to win?
Yes.
Oh, that's been a huge conversation here, Alexis. So many Tottenham fans. You see, that's the worry. If Tottenham can't qualify for the Champions League, now I'm talking for their fans, not for the manager or the players. If they can't qualify for the Champions League by that stage,
Lose 10-0.
Yeah, they will be absolutely delighted to lose at home to Manchester City if it puts a spoke in Arsenal's title tilt. So yeah, I was even told stories the other day for the North London derby that some Tottenham fans were wearing Manchester City shirts, which I find incredible. There
Only
is
Spurs
no
fans would do that.
love lost between those two.
I love it. As an Arsenal fan, I love it. Jeff, I need your help, man.
Go on.
Desperately.
We have a
You're
betting,
begging on your knees.
We have a betting segment here, and I'm not doing great. Some would say I'm in last place. I guess that's depends on how
Everybody
you-
would say you're in last
That's how
place
you
because
hold
you're
the paper. It's how you
categorically in
hold the
last
paper,
place.
dude. If you're
the
laying on your
worst.
side, we're all even.
You're the worst at the betting segment.
Jeff, maybe you could pick a better bet for me, dude. What do you got for me? I'm going to let you pick my bet. I will bestow upon you this honor.
Well, Alexis, I have seen your previous parlays, and I think it's fair to say that I'm not sure you could even pick your nose. Never mind pick a bet. So I'm going to put my neck out and say, surely I can't do any worse than you. However, football is so hard to bet on. So I've tried to make it safe for you. Arsenal to win against Bournemouth, as I said, with Arsenal's quest there. Now, Sheffield United, I'm backing my hunch here. Because they're already down, I know Forest are desperate for points. This was tight earlier on in the season. So I just think that Sheffield United might play with a bit of freedom, and there'll be a few young players and they're looking to prove a point. That's why I've backed them. Chelsea, this could absolutely turn their season, that win. against Tottenham in the week, you know, and the feel-good factor around the place. West Ham in really poor form right now, and I just don't see Manchester City slipping up. So hopefully I'll get you back into the greenbacks.
Jeff,
All right.
I have to tell you that while you were putting these bets in, I was looking over Alexis, and he's shaking his head no.
You know why?
He doesn't have a
It's too
lot of
rational.
confidence.
If I lose this bet because Manchester City lost to Wolves, I'll still be the happiest man when I walk in here. So I don't
Well, there you
care.
go. There you
Yeah.
go. Alexis, it's the perfect bet for you. You're in a no-lose situation.
Yeah, my bet is hedging my bet. That's pretty great.
Yeah, nice. So I hope your celeb shot works, Alexis. Jeff, thank you very much, and have fun at the weekend.